Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. In this video we are going to be going through the steps that I took to make my Anya cosplay so that you can do the same. So it's like a tutorial video, and yes, my wig is a work in progress. This is not about the wig, this is about the actual cosplay. This is also a very beginner friendly tutorial, mainly because I am a beginner. So this is how to cosplay Anya when you might not know how to sew, you might not have made many cosplays before, that kind of stuff. This is also a budget-friendly project. I mostly use things I had around the house. So overall, it should be very accessible and very easy to follow along. Everything I used for this will be linked in the description. So basically, I just ordered this suit jacket. I don't know what it is. I'll put it on the screen. I ordered that, and I ordered just a plain white turtleneck, and obviously this wig, which I will include the wig, and then I will basically never talk about the wig again. This is the total price from the wig, shirt, and suit thing. So then I did a lot of trying the suit on, and it was in men's size. I'm very tall, so I thought I would fit a small. That is too big on me. I sort of pinned part of it up around my waist, but I would just order, if you were a girl, I would order 2 sizes smaller, because I'm usually a medium. The turtleneck fit perfect. I got a medium in that, fits great. So then I needed to get the stripes on the turtleneck. I would recommend using fabric markers for this, or just go to a thrift store and find a turtleneck with stripes. I wanted mine to be specifically the ones that Anya has in her thing, and I wanted it to look a little more homemade just because of the style of art used in Mouthwashing. So I unfortunately didn't actually have the fabric markers I wanted, but I did find fabric crayons. So here's a bunch of footage of me trying to draw all these stripes on. So I just looked up a picture of her shirt. I just did the stripes as I was seeing them. Because I knew I would have the jacket suit thing over the shirt, I only drew the lines to where they would be visible. And I measured this and figured it out ahead of time when I had just the blank turtleneck and the suit on. Then the way the crayons work is you have to iron them on with like paper in between the iron. So I did that, and now it's on. I then basically folded this collar down and I pinned it in the front and the back, but it's pinned like only through one layer of fabric, so you can't actually see it. I would recommend actually sewing this on. I didn't feel like it though, and this works absolutely fine. I changed my position. I know it's not the best, but you can see more now. Anya's has this thing that comes down, like her collar comes down. This one is supposed to be like this. So what I did is I put it down and I got it exactly where I wanted it, and then I took it off and I pinned once again just through one layer of fabric so you can't see it in either of the spots. The sleeves were too long, so I just rolled them in instead of out, so you can't actually see that they're rolled up. And then this is the part that's not really anywhere in my footage because hopefully you wouldn't have to do it, but I did like roll this part up and pin it. Here are my badges, and now I'm going to move back to where you can actually see me and my god-awful wig. I need to fix the wig. So for her badges, I basically took pictures of them from online. I sized how big I wanted them to be, printed them out on a piece of regular printer paper. I say it was for practice so I know the size. In reality, it's because I forgot to put the cardstock in. So then I took a piece of white cardstock and I put it in the printer, and I printed these out after putting them on the suit to make sure that they would fit. And they did. So I printed them out, and then I just cut the medical badge one out normally, but the Pony Express one I used an X-Acto knife to cut all the little crevices. And then I hot glued them on here, which is not a permanent solution. I would like to use actual glue. I know I should sew them, but they're paper, so I can't actually sew them. Editor me here, don't do that. I did not think through the fact that if you glue the paper onto your outfit, you can't wash your outfit. And if you did notice, I do have a couple stains on it. That is because I managed to get my foundation on my costume while putting my makeup on, because the turtleneck is just tight, so I was like, I'm putting my costume on first before doing my makeup. And I got it on it, so I need to wash it. Luckily, I glued them on with hot glue, so I'll be able to take it off fine. What you should do is take a small safety pin and glue or tape it to the back of the badges, and then you can just pin them on, and then you can take the pins out and you'll be able to wash your outfit. Now, Anya actually has this like belt thing that I did try to make, and I genuinely think this would have looked really cool if it had worked out, but it didn't. It's like a space kind of fabric, blue, instead of the blue that's on her suit thing. So I cut 2 of these strips out, and I used this like plastic elastic in the middle, and then I flipped them inside out, sewed them together, threaded the plastic through, not plastic, stretchy string, I don't know. And the idea was to wear this as a belt and tie the 2 sides together. It didn't fit very well, and on top of that, it didn't look good. I would have kept trying if it had looked good, however, it looked really bad. Maybe in the future I will create some sort of belt for Anya. Honestly, what you can do is just use a regular belt. That is what I would do if I had a belt, but I don't. For the wig, this wig did need to be crimped, so I crimped it and then I cut it, and Anya has like kind of messy hair, so I gave like the layers, and I'm just still working with the bangs to make them look like Anya's. It's not complete yet. Don't come to me for makeup advice. Please don't. It won't go well. I barely know what I'm doing. But I just sort of did like normal makeup, except I exaggerated my eyes, except that it didn't even work because you can't see it on camera. I was also really rushing with the makeup though to film this. So yeah, that is how I made my Anya cosplay. It's very homemade. It's very like, do it with what you have, because I barely know how to use a sewing machine. And I definitely don't know how to follow a pattern or anything. I could not have made this. I couldn't have made this. So like I said, I just colored on it. It's very like work with what you have, very beginner friendly. So I hope that maybe this helped some beginners figure out sort of where to start with their Anya cosplay. And if you do want a more detailed tutorial on my wig and my makeup once I finish them, comment below and I will try to make that happen. Once again though, I'm not the best at wigs or makeup. This is the most styled I've styled a wig, and it's a work in progress. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, comment if you did. Any of those 3 greatly, greatly, greatly helps my channel. Views also help, so even just watching this has helped my channel so much. Thank you so much, and I will see you all in the next video.